Oh, hey, Sherman.
Hello.
Hold on.
Hello.
Oh,
we
I
went
don't
to
know if you've heard,
What?
Ed is not going to make it today.
Oof. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wait.
His daughter's wedding is tomorrow,
Mm.
and
Oh,
he has to pick up the
congratulations.
cake, and the pickup is at noon, so he can't. It's like right now he has to go pick up the cake.
Well,
No,
okay.
send him our
no
regards.
worries.
I know.
Congratulations to her.
Is it
Super
good?
exciting.
Yeah, very
I'm
nice.
really happy for him. Oh my god. That actually made my day.
Is it going to be another free-for-all then?
Yeah, I think so.
Depending on how many people join, yeah, at this rate, might as well. Actually, I was
Everyone
told
get
about.
on stage.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's
we're
party.
breaking the rules of norm.
I mean, Ed isn't there. What he's gonna do?
Yeah, right.
I mean, next thing you know,
Joel.
Joel joins in and it's like, I mean, but at this point, it's fine.
Banned. Everyone's banned.
But no, I think Ed should prioritize his daughter's wedding, and I'd be more happy to celebrate that.
Yeah, everyone take a shot. I don't know how.
Definitely.
So far, we only have 2 people in the audience. Oh boy.
Well, yeah. At this rate, we'll probably want to just migrate this, to the cafe and do it as that. But we'll see.
I mean, let's wait and see because this is a bit unexpected.
Yeah.
I mean, I was told about what was going to be discussed today, at least in very cryptic message from Ed when I have his number.
Yeah, the question is Sherman aware of the cryptic message, or is that going to be
his name was.
What has that done? No.
I'm
What has
going
he
to
done?
take.
What has he
I'm
done
going
now?
to take that. I'm going to take that as a no then. Okay. See?
Really?
It's on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. What has he done?
No. It's actually on. It was actually on my message.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Adrian
That's
can forward that to you because I'm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up.
Not more.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then you're going to tell us whether you know something about that or not, whether we should build today's session around it.
All right.
Either that, or you don't have to add. I mean, we will see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
absolutely.
announcement. We are now an AI first company.
Oh god.
Yay, more slop.
Is it going to be called the Hive Mind?
I don't know. Welcome to the machine.
The new machine, exactly.
The whole game is just welcome to the machine. Just
Yep.
more of it.
Procedurally generated every time you die.
Actually, that'd be kind of funny, like a endless runner.
I know, right? I know, right? Just make. It's made of building blocks anyway.
The worst part of Ecco 1.
Yep.
Make it endless.
Yeah, exactly. And for an added bonus, make it run in Sea of Darkness mode.
God, no, please. I beg.
Adrian, for the countdown. So how do I do to stream it? I play it on video lane, for example. How did you do exactly to display the countdown?
He didn't explain it to you, did he?
Nope. He just sent me the file and here, have the file. Have fun.
Yeah, explain it in the rush of the moment, in the panic of what is happening.
And now he has disappeared. He doesn't want to tell me.
Yeah, he's probably typing.
Okay, so instead of displaying the rules, I'm going to display my Creed YouTube playlist.
Sorry, I was sending Sherman the screenshot.
Yeah,
no problems.
Yeah, we're figured.
Oh, hey, Debris Hauler, welcome aboard.
Hello.
Hopefully your day has been good so far.
So yeah, about the timer. So how do I display it? I just play it on video lane channel, video lane or any video player software and I just stream it or something.
I think that's what Adrian did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it disappeared again.
I'll type it.
Okay, there we go. I was like, God, mobile's so bad.
Absolutely. Mm,
Well, at least it comes the rules.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Yeah, just only one stream for today, not two, because you're gonna end up killing people on mobile. Not
Mhm.
always, but
Yeah.
and you're doing it in VLC. That's actually pretty good.
Yep. Also, it's always displaying the devchat start 1.mp4 name, but of whatever.
Well, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, Debris.
when I get back, I'll show you.
Yeah, sure, no problems. Let's say we are actually on the good old system. Try your best to do the shit working stuff.
No, of course.
Hello, people. Hello. Le welcome.
Allo.
Bonsoir.
Guten
Anyone
Abend or
here
Guten
watch
Tag.
Allo?
Oh,
The
yeah.
TV show?
Hello.
Oh, yeah, guten Abend.
You are here for our live concert.
Im Schweiß.
Live and learn. No.
Well, the beginning of
I
that was
love
good.
that song. So,
La, la,
do you
la,
guys know
la,
about
la,
the
la,
Echo
la.
song? I guess not. That's not
From Ray?
Wait.
From Rail?
From what?
Riel?
Yeah,
Ariel?
The Hold Your
Yeah.
Breath.
Is that out?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. I actually streamed her song like a few dev chats ago
Yeah.
when she first joined.
She's
It's
absolutely
gonna
lovely.
be our live and learn.
Yeah.
Maybe.
She
but
is
I-
absolutely lovely and adorable and full of life. I love her.
she was like, I met her, and she was like, this is a dream come true to make video game music, and like Echo the Dolphin is such a good what was like a good medium to channel her, like she's like, because she did Cyberpunk, but she was like, that's not really like her soul. She's like, Echo the Dolphin is more like her up her alley of her true like archful self.
Her
I
true
guess.
calling.
Yeah. It's like, that's awesome.
Well, yeah, Echo 1 and the Songs of Time album that Spencer did. It's a marriage of synthwave and modern take on it.
I love Synthwave.
Exactly.
What do you guys think of the Atta's newer stuff, the remaster up on the website? Have you heard it? Have you listened to it?
I love some of the newer tracks that he's been pumping out left and right.
Absolutely.
It's so interesting to me because it's like,
Yeah, for example, the
Echo feels very very minimalist, you know, the original soundtracks, but the remasters are very like soundscapey, a lot more happening.
Yep, that
More drums.
Yeah,
More drums, more
yeah, that's-
epic, more rockish.
that is the intention, really, because yeah, Atta and I agree that the melodies are simple, but there is just so much that you can spin around them. It's fantastic, especially his own compositions as well. Because the remake of the Aqua 2 Way, for example, was one of the first tracks that was uploaded to the website even before the music player was there. And I mean, that one Attila wrote it originally, and the remake is just an absolute headbanger straight on.
I feel like at first it was like, oh, what? It's way more like rock and roll now than synthwave.
Yeah.
But then I was just randomly listening to the radio the other day, and "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" came on. Do you know that song, everyone?
The song that started it all.
That's right. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like in Medusa Bay right now. What's going on?
Exactly.
And I was like, this is so similar. But then as the song went on, it got more rock and roll.
Yep, that's Pink Floyd.
You know, it's like it starts with a lonely, well, like a French horn or something. And
it's basically just
but then
synth pad.
Yeah. But it's meant to be a horn sound.
It's a Moog, yeah.
So I feel like it was like a 7-minute long song. If Medusa Bay were 7 minutes long, it would also start the drums would come in. It's like it's very in spirit. So
Yeah.
That's how I feel now.
Yeah, exactly. And some of Attila's covers do, in fact, start, with that synthwave feel. And the Lagoon, for example, that one. That's exactly how it starts, and then he introduces more and more instruments as it goes along. But but to quote Attila, basically, so he said during the chat that basically, the progressive rock, with lots of instruments and manic drum tracks, is a style that worked well for Nova Trade and Sega, and everybody were okay with that back when he was making music. And he still does it, and that's still the way he does it now.
Yeah, that's great. What was it that there's some progressive rock band that did a bunch of Mega Man songs. Do you know what it is? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like it's a whole album dedicated to Mega Man.
Yeah.
I think it's called Prodigy or Prototype or The Proto Men.
Oh.
The Proto Men. Yeah, so it's that's awesome to me. That's like it's hey, what should we do as our debut album? I don't know. Let's do like a progressive rock, like what is it, like a just ode to Mega Man. I love it.
Oh, yeah. That's like their cover art where they are doing a Queen 2 parody.
So Ed did tell me that. So our situation right now, I'll just tell you, it's we have a licensing agreement with Sega. They're going to retain the IP of Ecco the Dolphin, but they're licensing the right to make a game to us. That's just standard. And that included some sort of like, oh, you can do marketing stuff, but there's this gray area where is selling merch marketing or is it a separate merch agreement? And right now we are, I guess we've reached out and we're actually settling a merch agreement. So it's not there's no room for us being like getting in trouble. So Ed did
Okay, that's good.
give me the go ahead to share the the upcoming merch. If and when we get this, it'll come out. We'll start it immediately. We already got samples. So remember last time I showed the bull shark.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's the rest of them. Where are you? Where is this?
The rest of them?
Yeah.
Actually, Gordon, can you turn off the video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did I
For
take
your.
Yeah, just to say that. Oh, we're getting a lot more people. Oh my.
Oh no, maybe.
Oh, the floodgates open.
I just ping get the member roles for that to tell them that the live is on.
Yeah, but at least we can still manage with 7 people. But welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to the Dev Chat. And you're just in time for Sherman to be talking about some interesting stuff.
Yeah, so sneak peek at the merch. We've got these guys. So the thing that is, yeah, these are the actual pixels. Ed wanted to, he's very excited that these are the 1-to-1 pixels of all the doodads. So that glyph crystal you've got was 3D printed by a fan and
Nice.
given to Ed. It's resin printed. It's fine.
So that's where it came from.
Bit cloudy. I'm not. I feel like a resin pour would be better for those, but you can buy crystals. What makes a glyph is not really shown in it having a glyph like that. We were toying with the idea of having it RFID, somehow. So have you guys seen those? They've got an NFC chip. They're the little toys with an NFC chip, and when you scan them, the scanner actually powers them a little bit. And there's for example, like a Yoda whose lightsaber will light up when you scan
Yes.
So I thought that would be really cool, but then it turns out that sort of thing. So who did it? Skylanders did it with their eggs and their dragons, but they had their own little scan pad, and I think it's the same with Disney Infinity. They had their own scanner that was powered to produce a consistent, I guess, a scan call to keep it lit. Otherwise, your scanner will scan it once and then it won't light up anymore. But yeah, glow in the dark or spinning, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But the glyph, I'm not so sold on how that's gonna be cool merch.
Yeah.
I mean, Amiibo maybe. I don't know. Still
Amiibo would be nice. Actually,
I feel like if we do Amiibo, we would want to have Echo and a Vortex. Oh, probably that's.
What about the Sky Fintralia?
Yeah, actually, Echo and Trelia.
Again, I feel like a lot more people would love more of Trelia because she was very underutilized in Tides of Time.
Well, totally she basically say, "Hi, I'm your ancestor," and then she literally leaves you once you reach the good future level.
Descendant, not ancestor.
She does say ancestor though.
Oh no, is that?
Yeah, the thing is, it's meant to be like ancestors, as in the general term, as in the previous species to the latest species from the future, but the context does need a bit of changing.
Oh my god, no.
No.
Ice cream, Ed. No.
Imagine you can wear Ed close to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're gonna sell Ed merch like the absolute gremlins we are.
Well,
Merchandise.
well, if anything, that should be a Jolt keyring because his pictures are unobtainable on the internet. He lives offline, absolutely, and the only picture we have of him is that one from the 1994, from when the team got together for that photo shoot.
That's his.
But
one
now
and
he's
only
like more
account.
proactive, like way more.
Well, that's good. So the textured base plates, it only works for the bottom layer. So for a glyph, you'd want all 6 layers to have that. Maybe you could have 6 interlocking, but no, because with this base plate thing, that's like FDM printing, and you can't achieve transparency with that. You'll always get those layer lines. It would have to be opaque. I actually have I have that one on the bottom, I think. Oh no, this is for bamboo, but I have one similar to the one on the bottom. Oh, the glyph keychain. So those are prints on acrylic. So it's, I mean, yeah, I mean that's a good idea though, to make it a 3D one and then or like a 3D printed keychains. I don't know. So that's that. We also got shirts, but I don't know if we'll ever. Oh no, we will. We'll get around to printing them. One is just the what's it called? The Boris Vallejo original OG. Where we no, let me just model it. I'm already wearing it.
Oh
Nice.
hell yeah!
Yeah.
So we got a big stack of them. We're gonna, as soon as we get the okay, we'll be able to open pre-orders or orders, not even pre-orders. Do a flip. There's not enough room in here.
Do a flip.
I don't hear him anymore. I guess he missed the flip.
Sorry. I was grabbing something. Oh my God, Lisa Frank. Yes. We also got this one.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Ooh.
The
That one I do
80s.
remember.
Yep. The outrun aesthetic.
So anyway, let's fingers crossed that doesn't take an eternity.
It would be nice to have it be done like ASAP. You know?
I know. That's. I mean, our CEO Riley. He's the lawyer for everything. He said, "Oh, it's just a boilerplate. Well, if it's so easy, let's just hurry up."
Get the ball rolling. You know?
Never say that.
Yeah, maybe SEGA keeps their merch rights close at heart. I don't know. What firm is he with? Riley Russell, the CEO of A&R Atelier. He's with us, I guess.
You don't sound too confident about that. Is he really with us?
Is he with us? Is he in the room with us?
Yeah, is he in the room? But
He's
yeah, realistic.
no, he's the CEO. So I'm not certain on the lore behind like the how this all happened, but Ed didn't have the rights to continue making Echo. He wanted it, and I'm pretty sure Riley. So Riley and Ed go back a long time. They've been in the industry since I don't know forever. No, we didn't get Ed. So Ed and Riley struck a deal with Sega to license the games. It wasn't to license the games for a continued project for this project, Echo Complete, and for Echo 3. So yeah, he does all of our legal stuff. He's been a lawyer for I don't know, I want to say 30 years. But he was one of the top lawyers at Sony for a long time. Now he's with Kojima Games as well. Kojima Studios. Don't remember what it's called.
Kojima Production.
So he's like a heavy hitter.
Oh yeah, no, he's probably one of the best IP lawyers, I would say. It's really funny because I met him. We were chit chatting. He said he worked at Sony. He said he worked at Sony during this like brief period, during this period of time, and I was like, oh, that's funny because at the time I was working at a small startup that was making this. It was a big 24-inch tablet that you would buy and play digital board games on. And so I was digitizing those board games, like working on like Catan and Ticket to Ride, all those Splendor. And we called it the Play Table, and we got a cease and desist from Sony because it was they thought it was too close to the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
They own the word play.
That's so them.
And I told Riley that story, and he said, "Oh yeah, I remember that. I wrote that." Oh, very funny. Yeah. It wasn't his idea to write it, but it landed on his desk that like, hey, write this. Riley R. Russell. He's like triple R. Yeah, doing his job. But yeah, so I mean, he's confident that it's a very easy to negotiate merch deal.
Nice.
But well, yeah. So hopefully that'll work out. In other news, the oh, did everybody say happy birthday to Ed somehow? It was
Wait.
his birthday. It was his birthday 2 days ago.
Oh, happy birthday to it! I'm gonna message him
Yeah.
after this dev chat is over.
Yep.
Yeah. Go message him. I was expecting, he was gonna receive the praise in like here from everybody, but he had to miss it.
I mean, you know what? We could save that for another dev chat, and by then I'll be back home, and yeah, everything will go fine and dandy. Let's celebrate his belated birthday.
Yeah, let's
We
see
can-
how Ed.
Yeah.
Let's see how Ed will enjoy to have more than 1,000 DM on Discord waiting for him.
There was one time I was doing some Discord moderation for one of his other projects, and people kept saying like people kept trying to get Ed to answer questions, and Ed would not. I don't even think he was on the Twitter, or sorry, on the Discord group. It was like a fan made one, but I was asked to moderate it.
Oh,
And Ed kept tweeting things, and people kept saying like, "Oh, you can tweet, but you can't answer." So I made an Ed bot that would just, if you did @Ed bot, it would respond with one of his tweets back at you. But on his birthday, if you talk to it, it would cuss you out. That was my my crowning achievement in life, making that Ed bot.
I think we should bring it back.
Bring back Ed bot and just with more dolphin.
Yes. Actually, speaking about dolphins, how are you liking? I'm sorry for spamming you.
No, it's perfect. I love it. So, oh my god, I had no idea that a false killer whale existed, and I'm terrified now.
Okay,
Mhm.
no, they're actually one of the friendliest species of dolphins there is, and despite
Okay,
how they actually get along with most of they actually in fact hybridize
Look
with
at this.
other
Look at those
dolphins.
teeth. Look at those teeth. Look at those teeth.
They're not
Did
that
you tell me
scary.
that's not an enemy? That's not like an evil. Look at the color scheme.
No, they're not that
That's
scary. If
Team
anything,
Rocket. That's a Team Rocket shark if I've ever seen one. Oh my gosh.
oh, that's one of the
So,
images I showed. But no, the thing is that it hunts large pelagic fish like mahi, and swordfish.
uh, that's great. I just, it's so big too. What is it? 13 meters? What was it? Sorry, 6 meters. Not okay.
Yeah,
Not
6 meters at the utmost, but like usually they're like 4 to 5 meters. They're not that
terrifying.
huge.
I said that the false killer whale has Team Rocket colors. It's got
But no, they really
the
do get along with cetaceans. Surprisingly, they're not, it's not like and the thing I was gonna write something about the orcas because I
uh-huh.
went through a rabbit hole of phylogeny of orcas, and my friends here can vouch on that, and it's like, oh my god. But no,
Yeah, I what was it? We got this 3D model, and I was like, why is the orca's dorsal fin like the same height as the length of the entire orca? Why is it so big?
I mean,
And
I
Imagine
I don't
designing the
want
levels
to.
around them.
I
some
mean, the
orcas
thing.
just have tall fins.
Okay, there's actually more elaborate because here's the thing: males tend to have large dorsal fins and large pectoral fins. Females
The
don't.
male. Okay.
Yeah, so it really depends. Like, are you trying to depict a male, or are you trying to depict a female or a calf?
I see.
Not to mention, like, there's also okay. There right now, scientific literature currently lists them as one species, but it's actually a
No, I
species
think
complex.
yeah, they I think the latest and greatest says that they're multiple species.
Yeah, even though right now certain people are not willing to budge because they want more DNA analysis
Well, yeah, I
around
guess
around the globe.
I'm not a marine biologist, so I don't know where you
I'm
draw
not
the
a
line.
certified one, but I do
Subspecies.
research them on my. It'd be nice if a certain someone was here right now who's actually certified, but I don't think he's really into cetaceans much. But I do go through the length of researching. Again, I'll write to you about the because there are Caribbean orcas. They're residential in the area.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's
And
the
they're also
one that I
generalists.
want to see for the for the Medusa Bay orca. I need to make sure that it's the right type.
Yeah, the good news is that most it's gonna well it's more within the Gulf of Mexico rather than the Caribbean, although truth be told it's not much of a difference. And the thing is that they actually don't have a the Gulf of Mexico orcas, they have a similar saddle patch, but like they're also a lot they tend to be a lot more faded, like it's gonna be very dark,
Mm.
dare I say almost near invisible.
Well,
actually,
that's good because I think the saddle patch is confusing visually.
yeah, no, it's gonna cause a lot of like unless you're trying to make a realistic animal or like a realistic model, it's going to get confusing, or at least try to make it super simple. And thank God you're not having like the more higher latitude orcas from the temperate to polar regions, because my God, that's gonna be confusing.
They look weird?
The
I
really
mean,
cool
no,
thing
nothing.
about having the eco remasters is that we are actually literally getting some new lore and more scientifically accurate lore about Echo the dolphin and the fauna in the games universe. That's absolutely great, I think, because
Yeah.
it adds a bit to it has a bit of a fantasy side, but also it's like you are playing that game and you are not just having a great time enjoying a story, enjoying characters, enjoying my wonderful environment. You are also learning about the sea, the fauna, etc., etc. It's like basically playing a game and learning at the same time.
I mean, what was the so I never actually I still haven't seen the videos inside the library with the library level, the actual dolphin documentaries. Have you
Yeah, they're really interesting.
Yeah.
I think Ed said that he made those documentaries.
Oh,
They're not, it's not stock or some like clips of a different documentary. He's actually
I think
he got
he's voicing them, yeah, also.
yeah. So
if for the remaster, if you need it, I could voice them too with my Commandant Cousteau impersonation.
that's right, exactly. We
The
gotta you
dolphin.
have the yeah, the golden voice.
Yeah.
Bikini bottom.
The dolphin are swimming under the sea. At night, their half brain is still awake. Oh, look at that. All my crew is not working because they are busy
No,
playing
you
Echo
got
the
too much
Dolphin.
inflection. Too much inflection.
Yep.
More monotone, please.
Yep.
The dolphin.
Yeah, well.
Dolphin. So yeah, any question? Anyone want to come up and ask me anything? I'm sorry, Ed's not here. He's on an important mission.
Yeah, but it's time to switch to the questions. So,
He
Alex
is on an
is there.
important side
Alex?
quest.
Alex, yep. Here we go.
Let us bring in Alex.
Alex, what's up?
Hey, how you guys doing?
How is your hand, by the
Man,
way?
awesome.
I know you have been
Yeah,
raising it for quite some
my
time.
hand is hurt. I'm very offended. I was crying. I got nothing more
Okay.
to that joke.
So that's a timeout for him. No, just joking.
Never, no, a kick, a ban, never to be seen again.
Aw,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine. But no, go on.
shoot! I didn't even have a question. I just saw that no one else was raising their hand. But I did
Oh.
have
I
a
mean, you're here now. Might as well make use of it.
yeah, no, right. I did have a discovery to share about Echo Junior, uh, or just Echo Junior as like a name as a concept. Mm. Actually, I'm gonna ask.
Okay.
This is a question I'll ask you guys, even though it's not like related to Echo Complete. Not really. Um, was actually, I'm sorry. I need to look up Echo Junior's, not on the Pico, but on the. When was Echo Junior released on the Genesis?
1995.
1995. Okay, so did that
A
come
year after
after?
time.
Did that come after the Pico? When did the Pico game, also called Echo Junior, come
I
out?
think the Pickle game came something like in 1996 or something. A bit later.
1994. No, it came out first. So
Probably.
Echo Junior on the Pico predated Echo Junior on the Genesis.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Ed did not make that
Huh.
one. So it was
Yeah, I
it was a
assume,
custom
yeah.
it was a custom project by Sega of America.
Right. Yeah, it looks like Nova Trade still. I mean, Sega of America produced it, but it looks like it was still developed by Nova Trade.
Yeah, absolutely. Only the Game Gear ports were outsourced, so Nova Trade didn't make them.
The discovery is that you know me, I'm always doing my preservation stuff and finding like internal document stuff. Uh, so I picked up a couple of new binders last night. Opened them up. One of them is a red binder that says Sega Toy Division Plan 1992, um, and it's got a lot of stuff on the Pico in there. Back when it was known as the Image Art Computer. Holy shit, that's the weirdest pre-release name I've ever heard for a system. But Image Art Computer. Uh, but Pico wasn't their Pico was their second name. It turns out the first name for the Pico and what they originally planning on releasing it as was the Sega Junior.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's actually really cute, but it also felt like really under the nose,
Yeah.
and I think Pico made more sense.
But yeah, Pico's cute. Also, Pico works with like the whole Mega thing because Mega and Pico are on the same like measurement scale.
Yeah,
Uh, but I don't know. I think Sega Junior would have been cute. There's also mentions of a Sega Junior 2, which I can't figure out if it's a different like piece of hardware, like the Master System 2, or if it's like a different bundle. Uh, I think there was. Hold on, Was there mention of Echo specifically? Because I was looking for a couple things. I was looking for mentions of a canceled Sonic project that someone probably just made up called Sonic Junior. Uh, and yeah, it turns out that was completely made up. But I want to say there might be mention of it. We got some nice prototype pics of the system too. Uh, I don't know. But man, talk about prototype. Oh, here we are. Was there an Echo? Mentioned this early? No. So this would have been assembled in '93. Yeah. I'm sorry. I took us off on a. There was nothing to that tangent.
no worries. I mean, no one else seems to be raising their hand right now, so
Promotions, man. If you guys want to do, so like I was just thinking about this earlier because like in terms of like limited edition stuff that you can do, I think it's always easiest to go with like published material because like if you're looking at the cost of going to a place and like getting them to manufacture something, like there's already like a million production lines set up for books and published material alone, as opposed to like a statue where you're gonna have to like get custom tooling or get like a custom mold and like do all this like very custom stuff, as opposed to just you know feed us like a page size and like we can print that off cheap. uh, Also, I really like the idea of an art book, an art
Mhm.
book or just a book in general, because man, you can really it's cheap and the effort that goes into it is directly increases the value of it. Uh,
Yeah.
And
because
likes his books.
yeah, as opposed to like a statue or like man, I would be down for like a beautiful like Echo statue, like something really nice. Uh,
Yeah.
but it's just like I just feel like gaming nowadays is just cluttered with things that like sit on a shelf. And I just have so much shit on my life that just like looks nice and sits on a shelf. And there is definitely like a place and a time for that. But to me that just doesn't have a lot of value. Um whereas like and this is me coming from like a research point of view, but like
Mhm.
I would like frickin' love a comprehensive history of the Echo. It's tough for me saying this because like I would just be like, man, like let's get some interviews in there. And like I'm an interviewer, so like I can't like it
Yeah.
sounds
Well,
like
wait, the
I'm
historian wants a history book? What
no,
a what?
exactly. Like that's 100% what I'm saying. Like I understand that like me just saying this is I'm coming from
it's
like
like
that,
an
you know.
anomalous way of saying it. I was like, that's not what you would expect. But again, I love art books. I think everyone can vouch for me on this one, and Alex.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because you could put a lot of content, you could put a lot of value into it. You can put a lot of stuff in like a small amount of space with like pages, and you could have exclusive art. You could have exclusive concept art in there, and that's like don't just go around and be like, okay, well now you can see like it's don't treat the art book as like another collectible. I hate collectibles. I hate limited run shit.
Yeah.
hate limited run games and just the whole concept of, because it breeds like an unhealthy, like collecting's almost always not healthy. I mean, unless you're like doing it from a historian, like you want to have like something in your life, something fun, and like I don't I'm losing like the focus of what I'm saying here as I'm like going on. But yeah, man, book.
I
Make a
mean,
book, lots of
Yeah, I
interviews,
feel like
history of
if
Echo does have
if
a
we were to
manual.
do if we were to do what you're suggesting, it would be probably more like a third party would come in and I look at all these you go to Kinokuniya, you see all these like the I don't know, the Art of Hyrule or whatever. That's not made by the dev team. Um
Oh, it's made
and
in collaboration with the dev team.
you're
But like
right.
when I'm
So
saying like suggesting to do this, I'm saying like communicate this to your producer and like have them go out to do something with someone.
yeah. And
But have a direction in it, and like I
yeah.
would go so far as to say like you as the dev team, or someone within like your sphere, like someone at the publisher more likely, would be down to like lead that project. You would just have to have someone like handling it from a top down, and honestly I would say that like you probably don't need to work with, I mean, it depends on if you have graphic designers on hand. If you have graphic designers that are like competent enough to do that, I would just say do it yourself. Um, and I think you'd get a more unique, uh, like, man, this is the Echo community. You guys probably got like tons of freaking graphic designers. I would
Yeah,
use the
there's a
people
lot
within
of
the
Some
community
people who want to
Danielle.
do art. Yeah.
because you could probably get it volunteer. Like you already have the server here. You already have a community here. I would imagine like you can go to
Might
people
as well
and be
make
like,
use of it.
yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Um, and I know, so it looks like someone else is raising their hands. I'm gonna hop off here in a second. Yeah, like I uh, I'm kind of pitching two different ideas here, but like the other thing I was going to say is, yeah, get your community involved in every possible step. There's like really no downside to doing it, and you can, well, like if they're like contributing towards something that like you're going to be selling to make money off of, get your lawyer involved and like make sure that you're all in the clear. And you probably need to have people sign like contracts, but like I would still assume that you can go to your community and be like, hey, if you guys would be down to like sign a contract, we can like we don't have like the funds to pay you or something, but we can get your art in the book and we can list you as like a special credit thanks at the end of the book. Man, that would be a freaking stellar way of getting your community involved. Uh, and showing that like, because like you're not just Echo Complete isn't just another Echo game or another good game, or like it's taking something that has been dormant for a long time and rejuvenating it. And so you could treat this as an example for like showing the world how to take old franchises and make them good and make them relevant again. But to do that like with the original IP, with the original franchise, uh, and man, a great way of doing that is to just show that it was a community effort, because it obviously is a community effort. Like we're here talking about it right now. You're doing freaking dev chats. Like that's wonderful. This is a community effort, and you should absolutely present that as the story of like the game as a whole. Uh, contextualize it and like look at what we brought the community together. We had the passion enough to do this, and we did it. We made it happen. Here it is. I think that'd be really cool.
And it's all thanks to you guys that you make a difference.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down
Carrying
for
the
that.
flame for years.
It's yeah.
Take
Sounds
advantage of everything that you have here, every opportunity that you, and this is an incredibly large opportunity. Take everything that you can do with it and run with it. If you don't have the people to do it, find people, figure out how to like get that handled. Um, like use every person that wants to work on it, every tool that you have to make this great. Um, you can, and also the greatest thing about everything I'm kind of pitching here is that it's like largely free. Most people when they pitch like bringing this much value into a project, it's like, well, we need $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. This is largely free. it's going to be a lot of like work. It's going to be a lot of community engagement, DMing people, talking to people on the production side, talking to people at the production company, blah blah blah. Um, I'm sure you guys already have like a back end system for all of that, but like it doesn't take a lot of investment outside of effort and work. And if you guys already have the passion to get this far, I have no doubt that you have the passion to get the community involved or take this to like a whole new like don't just make a game like make this like a a monumental like piece of gaming history. Like we brought back Echo back by nothing but our like passion alone and a lot of hard work. Anyway, I've been yapping at you guys. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. I'll pass that along if if it ever comes up. I'll try my best. I do know that um there have been talks about like how many editions are there gonna be? Are we gonna have like a deluxe and a collector's, or just a deluxe, or just a collector's? Um, and I'm pretty sure the art book would be. Sorry, I think what you're describing is different from an art book that would be included in.
Oh yeah, no,
the
I don't mean
This is like a
yeah, not like those like dinky like 12-page like the art of like whatever. Here's your GameStop pre-release bonus.
No.
Oh my god, y'all know what
Well,
I'm
no, I mean,
talking.
I
Y'all
have the
know what I'm
Skyrim
talking
art
about.
book, and it's one of the best things I own.
Yeah, I
Um,
would say this would be more like a Hyrule Historia where it wouldn't come with your purchase itself, but like
right.
this would be like a $40 to like maybe $60, but like I wouldn't feel too comfortable pushing it with like 50, but like make it like a chunky book. That's
Mhm.
available on the website and like that is advertised as part of the entire experience. Again, and I would also do the thing that I said to do before, which was do the Sonic Jam thing of including some of that content, like the exclusive new concept art of like, development back in the day. Include that in the game itself as like a Sonic Jam thing, but then just have like the physical version being like a physical version that, people can whatever. I don't know. It's up to you as to like exactly how you want to handle that, but uh yeah, like because history is free, man. Like taking advantage of history or like like putting an interview in your game like takes like 4 kilobytes of space. Like it's so small. It's just a freaking text file, but man, like that that will inspire like a whole new generation of like Echo fans. Just as having like a few interviews in there, or like some concept art, or especially, man, I want to go to every single gosh dang person at product development, every single gosh dang person at NovoTrade. Be like, go through your closet right now. Dig out as many photos as you can. I want to see you in the office in like 1994 with a fanny pack and a mullet. Like, let's go. Uh,
Mhm.
pawn the book off to. I mean, honestly, I could, I do stuff like that. Like that's my history and production and planning is kind of my specialty. Uh,
Ah, jump
oh
scare.
hey, oh no, I like the put the man back on, please.
No,
I would
it
like
was
to see the man.
the FNAF jump scare.
Yeah, I just got back from a con, so
Oh, cool.
You went,
There's the man.
cool.
Oh, gosh, he keeps cutting out.
Very cool.
but no, I love the idea, Alex.
Mhm.
Take advantage of all of the free things that can do big things. That things that cost you like 2 cents to do, but like return like $2 of profit. And then like do that identify all of the little things that you can do with that. Um, but yeah, also like man, community engagement. Get some people to help out with the art book. Like make your community feel acknowledged, and get them as part of the identity of the larger thing. You have so many opportunities, so many cool chances to do something that you've never done before. You're already doing something that you've never done before. So, no point in getting to the or that analogy doesn't actually work. But like, uh, my mental train track derailed. Um, I'm actually at work right now. I'm doing work from home, and I'm like effing off from my actual job. So
Oh man, I mean,
yeah,
yeah, it's
man.
Friday. My
And
my
then
brain's also shot.
also, yeah, take all the take all like the artwork that's man. Okay, here's another thing. You could have people contribute like a couple articles, and articles being like limited to like a single page. Like you would have like you could either like split them up in the oh man, what's the name of the hold on, let me go to my bookshelf here. Uh
Uh, just speaking quickly, I have to
yeah.
go. Like I said, I cannot
Oh,
stay
sorry.
any longer, but no problems. Don't worry. So thanks for everybody to come, and I will catch you later. Bye bye. Have a good life.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
MTM wants to talk here, so I'm gonna hop off. But before I do, there's a Fangamer put out a book called the Earthbound Handbook, and it's a combination of it's basically like an Earthbound strategy guide, but
Mhm.
like almost everything in here is written by parts of the community, and like they have tons of fan art from all these people, and I don't know, just Earthbound Handbook by Fangamer. It's
All right.
freaking gorgeous.
I'll
Anyway,
look at it.
I'm gonna hop off the stage here. Thanks for listening to my inane rambling, and I'll catch you guys around.
Thank you. Have a good
Awesome.
one.
It's nice having you around again, Alex.
All right, hopping off the stage. See you guys.
And up next is MTM.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yo, yo.
So, I don't know if this will be finalized yet, but is there any information on how much Echo Complete is going to cost on release, and also if
No,
there's going to be a physical version?
not only is there, I don't have, like, me personally, I don't have access to any of that information. That would all be, honestly, that's on the publisher's side. That's not even, yeah. So I'm just part of the dev team. We don't ever get access to that thought process. What was it? No, so like I can't even say what we would have wanted to target, like what price range, because that's just not up to us. Um, so it's too early to say.
All right. All
If it
right.
was up to me, it'd be $20, but
Real.
not uh it's not my choice.
Okay. And then also in regards to the controls in the remasters of
Mhm.
Echo 1 and 2. It has been like I've been trying to play the originals on Sega Genesis, and the 8 directions and the attacks with the 8 directions, they really just don't work because the guys you're fighting can go 360, but Echo can only
Mhm.
go in 8 directions. So is that going to be how it is in the remaster as well, or is Echo finally
Awesome.
going to be able to attack in all directions?
Great question. So that is that's something we started out development by saying, like, the limitations of the Genesis and just consoles at the time made it so 8 directions was as much as you could get. But if there were more directions, if there was a joystick, then it would have been analog, or it wouldn't have been. But so we started by saying, okay, let's just make it so that you go where you're pointing, right? You're facing where you point. You're not snapping to directions. We actually tested both of them, and it was like, nah, it feels right to actually move and face the exact direction you're looking at. And because of that, you can't you can't use a sprite system anymore. You just have like infinite number of sprites. So that's what prompted Ecco to have to be a 3D model, so that he can look in every direction, but also rotate in the like through the z-axis when when he's like facing straight right and you go left, he kind of turns into the background. So you now can do a rotation like that from any angle to any other angle. And yeah, and it feels really good. One of the interesting things was, how are we going to handle breaching? So originally, you can't really, you can't affect your like how you look when you breach. You either are going like to the left, up and to the left, or up and to the right, or you're going straight up and down, and you can kind of go left and right from there. But we're like, all right, so maybe it's like locked as soon as you leave the water. But that didn't feel right either. We did want you to be able to do we wanted you to be able to control your angle of re-entry. And then so we started doing that, and it was like, all right, this feels kind of good. And then Ed came. Alex is gone, but he would have liked this tidbit. He came in and was like, yeah, but I want to do a somersault. I actually want to do a 720 into a belly flop or into a back flop.
Ooh.
And so it was like, all right, we got to crank the sensitivity up when you're breaching. And it was like, or we fake it, but no, we didn't fake it, and we ended up somewhere that was really, really fun. But we had to split the underwater movement and the overwater movement. And then right now I've got some parameters that I can tweak where you get a little boost of speed as you re-enter in the direction
That makes
you're
sense.
So you can jump up and to the right, but if you re-enter looking like down and to the left, you'll kind of shoot off to the left. You won't keep your rightward momentum, and it feels so good.
I
I
look
kind of
forward
wish
to
more
it.
of the game. I wish more of the game was like jumping out of the water and having to precisely land. But yeah, no, that's a great question. We spent a lot of time sort of, umming and awing about what it should be like. And there are a few heated discussions between people who felt differently about like one person was like, oh, when you turn when you go left on the joystick, it should add anti-clockwise angular velocity rather than like Ecco facing the direction that you are pointing. And it was like, oh, fine, we'll test it out. And we tested it. It was awful. It felt so bad. You couldn't control it at all. So yeah, it was scrapped. But yeah, was there anything else in particular? Actually, no. Before there is one more thing. It's like, when you're in the game and you're say you're trying to like talk to something or sonar or something, and you're like just missing by a hair. There's we're adding a look at feature, so you can look at like the nearest sonarable thing, and it'll always hit it, rather than you having to sort of aim yourself, because that just like felt so bad that movement and looking at something were like the same thing. So if you didn't get it just right, you'd sort of swim past it. Anyway, yeah.
All right. Thank you. And then also in regards to the switching between the original games and the remastered version, how would that work? Is it going to be similar to how Alex Kidd and Miracle World Deluxe and Monster Boy do it, or is it a different system?
How do they do it?
Oh, it's so you press a button and it flips the graphics and the music between the original and the remastered stuff.
Oh, okay. So that system. Oh, so are those are just remasters, right? So just like graphical upgrades, maybe music upgrades, and it's sort of running the same game logic underneath.
I think it's some where the logic is it's like a recreation of the original game in a new engine or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, where like you can put the original graphics as an overlay.
Okay. So we're kind of doing a hybrid system. It's sort of like that. The so the easiest thing to have done would have just been to like up-res the graphics and re-release the game, and then you can switch between whatever versions of graphics you want. But we're not doing that. We're like fixing some of the we're changing the movement and introducing some more like breaching and stuff. So we we're still just doing the visual development of that right now. Where it's not nothing's finalized, but the current thought is that the switching between it will be it'll be a graphical overlay of the environment. So it'll swap between the Genesis environment and the the remastered environment. But the Echo and the enemies and the NPCs, all of those we call them entities. They are, since they can now like rotate freely, and it'll look really weird for them to have to adhere to this, to whatever given sprites that they had in the originals. So right now we're thinking it's going to be an in-screen effect for the 3D models to make them look like the Genesis versions, but as they rotate through space, it'll show the pixels if in that specific pose, if it were pixelized. Doesn't look good
All
yet,
right.
but we're working towards that.
Yeah, I get you. You're still in the process of refining and making sure everything's working as it should.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those are the questions I had. Thank you for having me come up to
Yeah.
speak, and I'll give the stage to Antandre.
Thanks for
Awesome.
coming up.
But no, now that you mention that, how do you feel about the spinner dolphin meme?
I mean,
Does that reflect to the swimming mechanics that you have in mind? Like, you want to do more than just, oh, I want to jump and I want to go down, and because now that got me really excited about the whole mechanics. Oh my god.
So yeah, have you guys seen the like the old demo of? Let me grab a controller real quick, and actually I can probably do it WAS deep style, and then show you guys. I hope how's the streaming on this? Is it pretty good? The
Shouldn't be too
FPS.
bad. Yeah.
I'm going. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Besides the cursor keys and was the way that I would play it, having not experienced anything else, but I think keyboard controls hold up rather nicely. So kudos to the team for that.
So this is I'm just loading something really quick. Hope it's gonna be okay because. All right, here we go. Hit play. It's windowed. All right, good. Let me share my screen. All right. You see? You see my
All right.
little
This.
thing?
Wait.
Have you seen this demo?
Yes. This is
Alright,
like years
really?
ago. Come on.
Did
I read-
Ed release it or what?
He did show this one.
Okay. So this one, this is all, this is all prototype code, all prototype assets. None of it could be reused really. But I just wanted to say that there's this one feature of this where you're doing a little tail walk. Oh, it doesn't want to work on wait, do I hold it down? Oh, I hold it down. There we go. Yeah, you can do that.
It's what used to
And
be in Dolphin Quest, right?
oh no, I didn't play Dolphin Quest.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
you know, this was added just as on a whim, and then it when Ed would pitch the idea. So this for context, this is like a 2014 project, I think, or 2016, something like that. It's very old, 10 years old at this point. This
Around
is
that time, yeah.
Yep, he did
pre this
show that
project.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember this one. It's nice that you have it, because we were wondering where that gone to.
Yeah, well, we have the executable, but we don't have the source code.
So that's the reason you couldn't use it. Gotcha.
No, that's not the reason we couldn't use it. It is also like intended to be a prototype that you like a demo you show. None of it was scalable or done properly. But the point was that so Ed would take this to publishers and say, hey, you know, like, are you interested in doing an Ecco 3? Look at this, you know, isn't this beautiful? Isn't this pretty? The game could look like this. And then
like.
yeah, this is like a lot of the stuff here is really good. And then but this tail walk thing was like apparently the publishers would love this. But it doesn't have any gameplay purpose in the first Ecco game. And same with like the spinner dolphins. If you were to like jump out and do like a spin, that doesn't really
It wouldn't be a thing by default.
I mean,
Yeah, so,
original Echo does have some acrobatics as well. So
it does.
Defender also
has
has some. Defender also has
You
a ton
could
of that.
you could borrow a lot from Defender actually. Like you could borrow the corkscrew, like the rolling, and you could also borrow how they handle tail walking in a more smoother way than what. Like I like what you guys have, but it feels, in my opinion, it feels way too sudden.
Oh yeah, no, that's you know, someone probably did that in like 2 afternoons. That's not
You know, it's
intended
meant to be served as a prototype.
Right. It's not there's, you know, there would be like a lot, many months of playtesting before that would see the light of day. That just didn't get it. But so that's how I feel about your like a spinning idea. It's sort of like a flourish that's visually impressive, but I don't think gameplay wise it's not justified to be included gameplay wise. Whereas doing the like jumping up and then re-entering at a specific angle and having a small boost does have gameplay implications. Like when you're in the ice levels and you're sliding into a bunch of sharks, it would be kind of nice to be able to change your trajectory so you can thread the needle a bit. And then from that idea of, oh, maybe you can, you know, rotate while you're in the air, then you can have things like 360 no scope 720.
Yeah.
But something like a twist doesn't have the that gameplay implication. So we
Yeah, I think
probably
that's
wouldn't
more of a
include
thing.
it.
I feel like that's more of an Echo free thing.
Yeah. Or a mini game where you're like Tony Hawk's
Yes, Tony Hawk Echo
Pro
Edition.
Dolphin.
Well, I'm sure I cannot speak for the rest of it, but I do remember, and Ed mentioning that as well, that, and the topic also surfacing in some interviews that were related to Echo also, that the basic relaxed atmosphere that was present in Echo Junior and the way people could just experience the ocean, swim around, have fun, do some fun jumps out of the water, that was something that people found engaging, and that was also the reason why the entire first level of the Defender was built like that, with tons of acrobatics that you could pull off. So definitely not a game-breaking thing, definitely not something worth prioritizing, but maybe to consider once everything else has been put in place and tested thoroughly.
As a back
And that's
burner
right.
idea.
Well, it's not even a back burner idea. That is a main takeaway that we've had from listening to a bunch of just people talking about the game, and what is it, like a retro reviews of Echo. People often only played through like the first 2 levels of Echo.
Oh yes.
And they loved it, and they had a great time, and they had no idea what horrors lay in wait for them.
Oh yeah.
Those poor souls.
So so we know as a team that there's great value in making the first 2 levels really just fun to play as standalone games in their own right. It's correct to say it should be fun just to do acrobatics, to do aerials, and to swim around, to try and like go from one side of the map to the other, and just make it a little sandbox experience for the first 2 levels.
Oh yeah. Actually, sorry. But the roles in Defender, they also help with getting out of sticky situations, like if you get stuck within walls and such, or you need to get back up to shore. It does help in certain cases. But that's more for 3D.
That's not in the
space.
air though. That's not. That
Exactly.
wouldn't be like a. Oh, but I guess if you can do it underwater, you can do it in the air. The button.
No, you could do it. That's the thing. You could do it on land. Actually, I managed to save myself at certain occasions while on land. But again, that's more of a 3D space kind of deal and not relating to 2D, and it would not translate well, admittedly.
Yeah, let's not beach Echo.
Well,
please don't.
Actually, no. Well, that's another conversation because what was it? The
Origin
like the
beach?
normal Echo behavior is that he just bounces off in whatever direction he's closer, whichever side he's closer to. He'll bounce towards the ocean, at least for Echo 1. And but then for the web mini game that we put out, I watched my daughter's friend play it. She came over and we set it up and she played it, and she didn't collect any trash. All she wanted to do was attempt to beach herself. She was 8 years old, laughing her head off that Echo was bouncing on the islands and that she could like almost beach herself. She thought that was great.
Actually, about the mini game. Now that you mentioned this, I've managed to get myself stuck in the islands twice.
It's not easy to do.
It's really not, because
Yeah.
you have to fight the mechanic, because normally it's like you bounce off, but
Mhm.
if you land at a specific angle and after many attempts, you can pull it off.
Yeah.
Well,
So
they have a beta tester.
that's the thing. Yeah, we're gonna test those levels with kids and who don't have the experience or expertise or even like the will the desire to progress through the game. They can just like have fun.
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
people.
more questions? Oh,
Yeah,
We do.
Tandre has a
Yeah.
Tandre has a question, but I don't wanna. I'm sorry for this,
you don't
but I
want
wanna
to
actually get to Reginald's question, who has been waiting on a question in chat for a while.
Oh, okay. What's the question?
Hold up, I'm scrolling.
I can read it
Not
if
sure
you
if you.
want.
Yeah, that would actually very much be appreciated.
Okay, Reginald is
Okay.
asking, do we have any idea of a timeline before we actually see any of the game? A trailer, screenshots, or anything for that matter? I'm so curious about the art style.
That's so funny.
People
So,
have been being really impatient, and I mean, because it's like, I'm not sure if you noticed in the Discord, but people want to see more of the game, like outside
yeah,
of like very breadcrumb, and I do
I
feel
mean,
for them.
the original countdown came and went, and it was over a year ago, so makes sense.
we wanted. Well, okay. I don't want to show anything until like the day it launches, or at least no, that's not true. So
Like, I'd
there
say
will come a
close
point in
enough.
time. There will come a point in time where we say, all right, pens down. Nobody is to touch the game. This is it. All the bugs that are left in are left in, and we send this off to be certified by Nintendo or Microsoft or Sony or Steam, and we just don't do anything else. Like that is the game that will come out. And then maybe there's like day zero patch if we find something egregious.
Of course.
At that point in time, that's when the visuals will be locked in. But the tough thing, okay, so we're building the game. As we build the game, it looks like trash, and then it's got like the bones of something that looks fine, and then the game gets built, and then we're gonna have like months and months and months of dedicated polish time where, all right, now that the game is done, we can work on the bubble system where bubbles are actually like physics bubbles or whatever. And now we're having let's add like a procedural coral generator that can generate coral everywhere in the ocean at the same time. That stuff is not part of the core game. That is all decoration. It's all polish. It's very important. It's a very important step. And I don't want to show things that don't have the polish step already.
That, and also because
So
you don't want to be showing it without permission. That too.
oh no, I mean Ed will say like permissions to remission, but the it's just there's probably two ways to do it, right? You could make one level and then polish it until that level is completely like showable to the public. And actually, so this is something that a lot of bigger studios have to do. They have to have one team working on the game and then another entire team working on like a polished slice of the game that is like maybe some of their work will be integrated into the actual game, but mostly not. It's for demos and trailers and things. We don't have two teams of developers. We have one team. So, the danger of doing polish first is that you might run out of time to make the game, right? So
Oh yeah.
I'm Ed's gonna have a different answer. He will say yes, in 1 month. Ed will say,
For example.
but for me, as like lead developer, just like organizing the development schedule, I want to finish the game, and then the game is done, and like at any point from this point on, we could ship the game, but we're just adding the polish now. So that there's no danger of like we got a crunch to do Welcome to the Machine. There's like a horrible bug with the camera. It doesn't work. We can't get we got to delay the game. So that's the answer. It's I don't know when you will get actual visual gameplay. I think it'll be I hope it'll be a lot like farther away. I know that's not I don't know. That's not fair to say. Maybe you guys specifically are a very forgiving crowd. And I feel comfortable sharing like works in progress with you guys. But in terms of like a trailer dropping or a gameplay trailer or something that we would actually promote and it would be official and out in the internet for people that are not already fans to see, I hope that it's as late as possible into development, so to give the best chance of looking completely final and looking great. Yeah.
I'd say that is the best choice you've ever said. Because again, I'm just as guilty as this because suggestions and such. But like ultimately, you call in the final shots. Ed calls the final shots, and honestly, I feel like and as much as we all love X, Y, and Z, you want to prioritize the games as to what they're intended and not just dilly-dallying around about it, because the last thing you need is to end up having a buggy game.
Right. And I know there have been so have you heard the statistic of like 90% of games don't ship? Have you heard this? This is true. I think it's at least 90%. When I was studying game development, our like the head of the department, he was like, we were like, oh, what games did you work on? He was like, I've worked on, I think he worked on Battle for Middle Earth was
Ooh.
one of them, and then every other game he had ever worked on didn't get shipped. It was like he had the one game that got shipped, but he had like 40 years of experience in the industry. So I attribute that statistic to sort of just like bloat.
Scope creep, if you will.
Not even scope, just like, hey, we want to have a trailer with like a gameplay trailer
right,
6 months before gameplay is finalized. Well, okay, fine. So I guess the whole team needs to focus on, getting a 10-second clip of gameplay versus actually making the game. And resources get pulled and things get delayed, and then the game doesn't.
Yeah, that's why I figured why you didn't show anything, because you also could be giving false hope to people, and then the last thing is letting people down. And I think that's another thing to take into account.
Well, yeah. What's the point in sharing something fake? Like this is a pre-rendered what the game could look like. I don't know.
Question.
Yeah.
Question in regards to that. So, what to make of those screenshots that were published in the Famitsu magazine?
The pre-alpha. That sucked. what was it? When we were told, hey, good news, guys, we have a spot in Famitsu magazine. We have 10 days to give them screenshots. And I want to share it with you guys just because you guys know that this is. I want to show you a before and after of. Is it on this? It's on this machine, right? Oh, I gotta find it.
By the way, Antandre, I will get to you ASAP. I don't. Sorry.
Yeah. So, long story short, we took a vacation from the whole team. The whole development team stopped working on the game to try to get these pre-alpha screenshots out, and they're more like concept-y than that's not true. It's not that they're more concept-y than real, but it did derail development, and it's a little bit too early to be showing things, I think.
Got it. Thank you.
So the game. So Medusa Bay was playable by that point, and
Yeah.
or Bay of Medusa, and but it didn't look like it was ready, right? And it still didn't look like it was ready at the end of 10 days. But we hyper focused on just on getting that looking as good as possible. The requirements they wanted a 10-second video as well. It's like what do you what do you mean? So anyway. And then turns out the Famitsu was really confused because they said, so but there's all this stuff on the remasters. What about the new game? I was like, what? Oh, there was some misunderstanding where they thought we were working on Ecco 3 first, and
Yeah, it leads to a lot of misinformation, and the last thing is you give people too much of that, and then it ends up falling flat because then people would expect a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Even though we Echo fans are forgiving.
Yeah, they do ask him in that interview specifically. I understand that a new game is also in development, and Ed's response: "We are currently that's a work in progress. Please look forward for more updates." So yeah,
It's the safest answer.
exactly. So yeah, appreciate you shedding some lights on those screenshots because yeah,
because people will be at.
Oh,
yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna show you guys the before.
Oh.
Oh wait, is that really the before? No way.
Oh dear.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
never look at the code you wrote 10 days ago. Yeah.
I just can't believe it. It's so good. It's so bad.
How bad can it be?
Oh, okay. So here's the I'm pretty sure I'm just making sure this is the correct clips.
I love the power echo. It's so bad.
All right, I'm not sure if this is the one that we actually sent them, but this is the this is what we actually ended up sending them, right? Pardon the awful sound effects. We hadn't nailed that down yet. But like the idea was that we're showing off that you're in this 3D environment, you can go behind things, and it's kind of cool. All right, we did that after 10 days. Great. At the beginning of 10 days. No, that's this is where it was at the day that we received the like, please get this to work. Oh my gosh, it's like hard to look at. So anyway, that's the Famitsu incident. We had to quickly get that polished.
Yeah.
Wow, and I'm guessing, but obviously it looks nothing like that now in the current state of things.
Well, we are so okay. No, it looks more like the first one than the second one now, for sure. But we've taken a step off of polish, and we're just building out all of the assets right now and building the game, and then
Okay.
we'll go and like that background arch with I forget what that it's no, it's not sargassum. Some coral or
I could probably look at it at some point to see exactly which coral or sponge or any.
well, okay, yeah. The intent was to use that that Jolt painting as inspiration.
I can definitely see that. Yes.
So this one, and this one, the background is encrusted with these the same thing that's in the background of Echo one, but I don't think it'll look like that with little 3D models populated. It'll I'm hoping be a procedural system where it's mapped on somehow, projected on, and then you can have a more even distribution. You can have way more of them. It can all be GPU based. But we haven't, we've just like moved on. Okay, we're done with ocean. We're gonna move on to ice. We're gonna move on to Atlantis. So it kind of does still look like that first one.
Alrighty. That's actually really good.
Hopefully the answer that you're not gonna see gameplay is. But then I just showed you some gameplay, so I don't know.
See,
I mean,
we're on track here
I
already.
think-
That of
Yeah,
course,
I mean-
that of course depends on whether you do want the public to see that.
Well, you don't. Me, I don't. But we've received a lot of really good. Well, okay. So fans love the that first 10-second video because
Of
they
course.
know where that is, and they like that just speaks to them. Like, oh, that's how the remastered graphics should look. They're like, yes, I love it. But the broad, what? I think the good thing is that the general audience, game audience, sort of isn't noticing the project yet. But I wouldn't want to show that to them because they're gonna be like, what is this? PS2 graphics.
I enjoy PS2 graphics. What?
People care
Yeah.
too much about the graphics nowadays than they do about the gameplay. Unfortunately, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's it. We just we are thinking of having a little gameplay teaser where the hardest parts of Echo. It would be like a montage of Echo failing to make jumps in both the original and remastered. That'd be fun.
Now that's how you do advertisements.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Reginald.
So one of the things, Reginald. One of the things is that both Ed and I 100% agree on is the game that the colors are so your first impression of the game is so important. Ed says like the first quarter second of you looking at the game is like your first impression, and that should be it should be vibrant and colorful, and that's been a big problem in development. So you might think, oh, just take an underwater shader and slap it on. It's just there's underwater shaders everywhere. Underwater shaders make everything like light blue green, and it's like Echo doesn't have that color in it. It's Echo is like purple blue almost. So and then a lot of them were designed to be like a first person camera or something, or like a third person over the shoulder, where you're not very far away from the camera, or from the point of view that you're looking through. So the things in like closer would be more saturated, and the things further back kind of look bluer. And the problem with Echo is that the camera is quite far away from Echo at the moment. It's it depends on the specific field of view that we're going to settle on in the end. We haven't quite decided whether a wider field of view is better than a narrower field of view. But either way, the distance that the camera is just makes like everything look very like even Echo is like fading into the ocean at that distance. I was like, oh my god.
You want to strike a good balance between the environment and the entities.
Well, my point was that the we thought we could just use an underwater shader that's like, like physics-based shader where the caustics effects are actually like computed, and it's like light shafts and everything, and it's just it none of those things could achieve the color palette that we needed. It's so important to have the same color palette as the original.
Absolutely, people have expressed.
And actually, that was a big discussion with the concept artist, because that color doesn't exist like in the any of his reference material. I was like, no, it has to be the same. It has to look, when you glance at it, you're like, that's Ecco the dolphin. It's not like, that's new. That's Way of the Water, Avatar Way of the Water. That's not what we're going for.
The palette, it was handpicked by Jacques Ballard after an extensive trial and error, or so we are told, and he also.
So Reginald, the field of view doesn't mean the distance the camera is from the playing field, or it's not quite the same. What I mean is that so right now, if Echo were to take up the correct amount of screen space, if you have 60 degrees field of view, then the camera is like 10 meters away from Echo. That's the correct proportion. But when you do that, then as you get to the sides of the screen, you start to get some distortion of those elements. So like the level and whatever enemies would be there sort of appear just stretched out, and it's hard to see. So when you're playing in a 2.5 dimension space, the larger the field of view, the harder it is to detect what's actually on the plane with you, versus background elements. So the original game is like orthographic. There is no field of view. Everything is just straight on. So the shark on the right is going to be the same size as it is in the middle of the screen. But then there's some nice balance of getting we do like the perspective, especially when you jump out of the water. It looks really nice. But then how much perspective? How much can we handle? And actually, there's one thing that we're experimenting with, and it's looking really good right now. It's when Echo is going very fast, the field of view increases and the camera sort of rotates, so you can see like the sides of things better that are coming into view. And that's a really good compromise because it's when you're going quickly, you don't need to be very aware of the level geometry and the terrain. And then when you're moving slowly, you're going through some caves, then we can be a narrower field of view and the camera can be a little bit further back. And so that you just have that just the spatial awareness that you need.
Now that's interesting.
Mhm.
But Reginald, I really hope that answers everything you have for in regards to the footage and how the devs are going about it, and about how we're getting even more development insight in regards to the camera. That's actually really interesting.
Mhm.
I never thought that was the case. And I mean, and again, the water, it's not just like, oh, slap a shader and call it a day. No, you need to be more precise about it, essentially.
That's well. It would have been nice to be able to just slap a shader on, but didn't work out.
Yeah.
There's so many things that were like, oh, they're why don't you use this? Or like people have said like, why don't you use AI to write your code? It's like it can't. It's this is uncharted territory for AI. It doesn't have any training data for like for dolphin game, you know.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't even use AI because again, like I said, it's untrained. It's just no. It's just gonna make things more sloppy.
It's just it's another situation of like, oh, an off-the-shelf solution would be nice for this, but our use case is too specific and narrow and it doesn't work. So one of the things is that Ed wants both sun shafts and crystal clear water.
Oh yeah, because it will reflect the environments, but then again, it will also be dependent on the air. Again, I think this goes back to the biome thing. Although, yeah,
No, well, the thing is that the only way you get light rays in the water is if the water is murky.
yeah,
Those that's a sliding scale of like water murkiness to the brightness of the sun shafts. It's like you can't have both in a physics-based system. If you want to do it, it has to, and we do want to do it. It looks great, but we have to do it in a way that's not like physically accurate. And a lot of these water systems are like, oh yeah, we've perfectly modeled the way water reflects off of particles. Like, okay, great.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I feel like everyone here is actually looking forward to more Echo. I think that will give some closure, and given what you've given us, it's gonna help calm some people down. Not that
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of people were having their pitchforks out because
Yeah, the
again, this
pitchforks. Yeah,
community is
please.
it's really it's this community has been very forgiving, and I'm just glad you all are patient. I say, okay, this is just an idea. I would imagine like at least give enough time for them to finish the game, and then maybe have like a grace period, but don't make it like 6 months in advance or something. I don't know, like when it's more
So
ready.
no. You guys are listening to my. I have no. So the schedule for marketing is completely on the publisher. They will ask for
Oh,
things for the trailer
right,
at
right.
at their whim, and you guys know my pain now. If you see things, it'll be like ripped from my cold dead hands because I didn't want to have to do it.
Alrighty.
And now you know why. So it's not to say that it won't happen, or like you guys don't. It's not going to affect what the publisher is going to say. I mean, it might affect what Ed will do. Ed might tweet out some stuff, but for things like official trailers, and that's like I don't get to decide. Even though I'd like to tell him no.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good night, Anna.
So, how are we going to let Attendra in now?
Hold up, I do wanna get in Tandre. Oh hey Big G, welcome aboard. Ah yes, this is gonna get even more silly.
Oh no! How long has he been here?
Yes.
Did you hear everything?
Just arrived.
Let me get in Tandre here so that we can actually have it be done soon. Because I feel like we're almost pretty much about to be wrapped up. Sorry, Tandre, if that took a little longer than usual.
I heard everything. Oh no! Run for your lives!
Hello. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tandre from Sarasota. For
Yeah.
now.
Man. But I was gonna ask, and if you're not allowed to talk about it at this point, that's fine. But I know you talked about it's all in the hands of the publisher. And have you guys been given like any kind of like idea of any kind of like deadline? And this kind of goes back to us as a community. We're very forgiving. We want you guys to take as much time as you need, but we also understand that you guys might be under scrutiny by
Yeah.
control.
So all I can say is that we don't have that worked out. Like we're in discussions with them on that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my main question, but other than that,
Yeah.
I was curious as far as development is going right now. I know, you guys want to make some quality of life changes to Echo, which is great because a lot of the big problems people would have with the original is like they didn't feel like there was enough. They liked the aspect of being able to explore, but at the same time didn't have any kind of direction. So you're trying to strike a balance between maintaining that, that feeling of exploring the ocean while still having maybe like a little bit of direction in case someone gets lost. So are you prioritizing changing the levels like to add that kind of quality of life, or is it more just maintaining the level structure of the originals and being faithful while adding small things that make it easier to like navigate or play or whatever?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, thanks.
So the way that we are doing it is we're starting by recreating the levels faithfully.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do some playtesting, and we're sort of playtesting and analysis of like what was the intention of the design of this level, and we're going to honor the intention of the design of the level. We're not going to change the design, and like if there's a puzzle and it's just like really difficult, for example, to like get a rock from point A to point B,
Right.
we're going to say like, well, what was the intent? The intent was that you push the rock over here. The intent wasn't that you get stuck for an hour because the rock is in a corner and you can't get it out.
Right.
So
the point was like, it should be more like, okay, I figured out what you're supposed to do. You shouldn't spend more time trying to execute it than figuring it out.
Well, I mean, unless the intent was that this takes a very long time, and it
Right.
requires like almost perfect execution. So, for example, the biggest jump in the game in Atlantis,
Mhm.
I think we measured it at like 10.25 meter jump. Okay, it's huge. We will spend time making sure that jump is difficult. It is going to be
Yeah.
difficult because that was the intent behind the design. But then
Well,
something else like oh, you know, this like an unintended place where you just get crushed against the wall.
Right.
That wasn't that like you know, oh, these moving blocks that crush you against the wall, like maybe that this early in the game that difficult isn't like maybe those blocks move slower, you know. So
Yeah.
that's what we'll do.
But going back to the whole Atlantis jump thing, I think, well, the most difficult thing about that is I remember not knowing that there was basically like a super jump you could do, like if you charged right when you got out of the water. And I think I don't know if players knew that, then they would know how you're supposed to try to execute the challenge first, and then they could focus on doing the challenge.
Is that true? Is it there's a super jump?
Yeah, there's a super jump if you charge, like right when maybe you can make it without the charge. I've never done it, but if
So-
you charge right when you come out of the water, you do like a super jump, and that's the only way I've ever been able to get over that wall.
There's two
Oh,
series
that's
to that, yeah.
So I'll I want to pick your brains on that because right now what we've discovered is that you have like a max speed, and the max speed was what, like 8 pixels a second or something, or 8 pixels of, I don't remember what it was, but when you dash you only speed up to about 80% of the max speed. So right now there's no super jump in the game, but yeah, that might be something we'll have to add if that was present in the original.
You know what I'm talking about, Modulator?
Sorry?
Do you know what I'm talking about when I call it super jump, like charging, like right when you jump out of the water?
Well, there's also that. There's also a secret, basically, that you can do directional controls when you jump out of the water. The problem is you have to. There is a very narrow window when you must press the direction on the D-pad. Otherwise, it wouldn't work, and you'll just jump out vertically and do only minor corrections to that.
Okay.
So but then when you I'll have to test this. So there must be
Speedrunners would know all about it, and no doubt we have Grim Shins in the server.
I'll refer to that.
Yeah.
So we have one person on the team who he's played through the game multiple times, and that I rely on him for a lot of like this information. So you know, for example, I'll say, is there ever a situation where you dash into a jellyfish and it survives? And he's like, yes. Some jellyfish take 2 hits to kill.
Oh yeah, the ones in the ice levels, if I'm not mistaken.
So I refer to his expertise on a lot of things, and he's never brought up the jumping thing. But yeah, he's the one. I'll say like, hey, what's the max? Like what's the speed when you dash? Is it the same as max speed? And he'll like say,
No.
let me test it, and it's not.
Yeah,
he'll do it frame side by side.
Incidentally, in the original Echo, the dash speed is double the Echo's maximum speed. That bit was reverse engineered.
Wait, what do you mean?
Echo does have a maximum speed at which he swims in the original Echo. If you do a dash, that value is briefly increased. The value is briefly doubled. So the original, if I remember correctly, the maximum speed was 4 pixels per frame. If you dash, Echo speed is doubled, and so it's 8 pixels per frame.
Oh, okay. That's not what. That's not what I was. What I have. That's not what I have. Interesting.
Yeah.
I have it that when you dash, you get up to 80%
Oh, nice.
of max speed. So I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, we've done the testing.
New
It's like
insight.
Yeah, we'll study
It's-
it more
it's
definitely.
it's
haven't-
either 4 or 5 accelerates until you hit max speed,
Mhm.
and then a single dash from start only gets you to 80% from what we've seen, or what I'm just relying on my coworkers testing. So yeah, I'll retest. That sounds. And I wonder if there's different. Oh no, actually, you could probably point me to the line of code that tells me that. But anyway. Yeah. See, so but to answer your question, it's like there's certain what I call bullshit moments where like the game is unexpectedly hard, and
certain.
yeah, just gestures broadly. But the yeah, we'll figure out things that were placed with intent, and then we'll figure out things that are just like byproducts of
Yeah,
certain,
I mean,
certain
it's I
combinations
don't.
of things.
I mean, Echo was a brand new type of idea. Like most games at the time, they were at least like following some kind of blueprint of something that came before it. Like, I mean, obviously Sonic and Mario are different enough, but it had that platformer blueprint to go off of. Echo didn't have a blueprint to go off of. Like, I can forgive it for not being perfect.
Yeah. So
But
yeah, that's the intent.
that's very cool. I guess my last question would be, the original kind of had a mix of, I mean, atmosphere was big for me in the original game, and it kind of had a mix of one, Echo's loneliness, two, kind of like the beauty of the ocean, and three, kind of that unexpected, foreboding, kind of creepy atmosphere. And I guess my question is, like, are you guys really aiming to like maintain the original kind of shifting atmospheres of like the original game, or are you going for like something slightly different? Or
We're so I honestly right now my intent is to capture the atmosphere correctly.
Yeah.
And who is the rabbit owner? Or who there were two rabbit owners, I think, but one of the our community members, she had this question. That same
Oh,
question.
Anna's cool. That's one of
Is
them.
it Anna? Yeah,
No,
it's the
not
one with
Anna.
like red-eyed rabbit, I think. Maybe it was Anna.
No, it's not Anna. It's Anna's cool.
Anna is
She's
cool.
usually
Okay.
the one that frequents these dev Q&As.
Yeah. So I think she has been designated the vibe master.
Yeah.
Oh my
We'll
god.
make sure that the vibe is correct because she was like very, very adamant that the vibe be correct.
Well, I guess part of the reason that I asked, I didn't explain this part, but I wasn't really sure if, I mean, obviously it's supposed to be like kind of creepy, like toward the end, but even before that, there's a certain, like in certain areas, there's a certain creepiness or like kind of foreboding feeling. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I don't know if that was just an accident.
Yeah, and
But
that's the thing is like people say ha 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 like as you know Echo is a horror game, and that's sort of oversimplifying the experience like majorly, right? Like
yeah.
Echo is not just a horror game.
No, it's not.
It's an adventure game. It's a game about like the community and like being happy in the water. It is a game about being happy in the water, just not for very long. So
Yeah, there's different
it's like
moments. Yeah.
when if we are sort of prescriptive about what the game is, then it's like I feel like that's the wrong attitude. It's like when you look at a piece of art and you're like, oh, this art is about this. And
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, and then you recreate it, and then it's like you make it more overt, and it loses the subtlety. So
Yeah.
it's I feel like it's our job to translate the game into modern graphics, and not to add
Like, nothing gets
anything that
lost in
wasn't already there.
translation, but not add anything that may not have been there. Just try to make sure everything that was present comes through, whether it was intended or not. People obviously like the way that it ended up.
Exactly. So yeah, it's the intent is to preserve the vibe of the original from start to finish, rather than prescribe a feeling that might not have been there.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. If you go within, people tend to, that happens with a lot of games. Whatever people remember the most becomes with people, oh, this is an X type of game. And then if you go into it with just that mindset, you lose a lot of nuance. And you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have to say. Kick me off.
Awesome. Thanks
We
so
love
much. That was awesome questions.
Thank you.
And since I'm on mobile, it'd be hard for me to boot you off the stage.
Yay!
Put myself off.
It's a free for all.
Yeah.
I'm on mobile too. How do you do that? Hold on.
Should we try and
I actually think
bring?
do we have a few more questions? Maybe rapid fire. I think I should.
Yeah, just short ones that would help, because I think obviously at some point I have to go, you have to go, everyone has to go.
Yeah. I can't think of anything for now.
All right. Cool.
Anyone else? Any last minute calls?
Does not appear so.
Oh wait. I have something to share.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Almost. Well. All right. So you guys know I showed the Ecco origami off a couple weeks ago. We commissioned an actual origami pattern to be created for Ecco.
Oh, did it come back?
Yeah, we've got the pattern. I'm just I am going to be sorry, we're editing this pattern for the socials. So it's not just grayscale, but yeah, grand reveal, I guess, of the pattern.
Oh, nice.
So sneak peek for you guys. Yeah. Hopefully you guys know a little bit of origami. I don't know if Ed would love to see some fan attempts.
I'd say save him for the belated birthday stream, which I think we need to do, because I feel like this would have been it, but
Exactly.
listen, I say let's surprise him next week, okay?
Yeah, everyone make a origami Echo the Dolphin. I don't know. Yes.
Spam his PO box.
Don't don't spoil anything. No spoilers.
Actually, what am I kidding? I already said something to Ed a while back. I hope that this doesn't get destroyed in the process, because I put it in how is it? It's not a box. It's those plastic wraps with the bubble wrappers inside.
A plastic wrap with bubble wrapper on the inside? No.
The exterior, it's weird. It's like an envelope.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just hope that the copy doesn't get destroyed or something in the process of it being transported. You know,
What is it? Or is it a surprise?
it's Defender of the Future.
Oh,
I
yeah.
finally gave Ed that. It's just a matter of whether or not it's gonna arrive. It should be arriving soon, hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah. Message him if it does arrive, so he knows to go pick it up.
Yeah, although the person that slapped the sticker to its location, it went like, oh, and it covered Ed's name. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. No, the he doesn't need to see his name. If it's in the box, it's in the box.
Okay.
Ace Ventura
I guess
Delivery Services.
I just hope that it gets to him and I hear it from him soon. I'm like, oh, please. But no, I actually, God, I had a question earlier, but it was a genuine question. It's not some random suggestion. Oh boy.
There will be no questions.
You know, you're right. I think it's best if we just save that for another time.
Sure. All right. Well, yeah, thanks everyone for coming out.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hope to see you again
Thank
next
you
week.
all for attending the stuff stream. It wasn't all, it was I mean it was a lot, but also not a lot. I'd say let's try going for something bigger next time.
I mean, it went well.
We went deep.
Oh,
we
of
went
course.
How big can you get? We already got plenty, I'd say.
I'd say make it even bigger with Ed. I don't want
Calm
to
down
ask.
your appetite, okay?
But all right, now I remember. But based on what you showed today, like the work in progress and such, like is that allowed to be shown publicly? Like, let's say if someone ends up resharing stuff from here, would that be okay or would it not?
I mean, I can't stop you guys.
I'm just
And
saying.
Ed has um the philosophy that there's no secrets. So yeah, things can be shared.
Thank you.
Okay, so whatever is out is actually public information by this point.
I mean, it's a public
Well,
Discord, makes sense.
it's yeah. It is technically public information.
Okay, that was my question. It was a genuine one
whatever
because I want to make sure. But yeah, no, I think that this is a wrap for the Dev Q&A. Thank you all for attending, and we shall see you next week